I only went in to get my appendix removed. Routine, standard, a 2-day inconvenience at most. But when I woke up, something felt wrong. My body wasn't mine. It was heavier, altered. The nurse helping me change avoided my eyes. Then she whispered, almost trembling, "I'm so sorry. I didn't know he didn't tell you." "Tell me what?" I asked, my voice raw. She pulled the curtain shut, leaned close, and whispered the words that cracked my world open. "Your husband approved a second surgery, one you never consented to." The room tilted. The monitors beeped louder, like they were mocking me. I lay there, stitched together, trapped in a body I hadn't agreed to. Rage simmered, but I forced myself to breathe. Panic wouldn't save me. I remembered the way my husband kissed my forehead before the anesthesia took me under. The calm assurance in his voice, "Don't worry, I'll be here when you wake up." Now I knew what that meant. He hadn't stayed to protect me. He'd stayed to betray me. We met 6 years ago. He was charming then, full of certainty, the kind of man who seemed to have a plan for everything. I mistook control for love. I mistook obsession for care. He made decisions for me, what wine I liked, which dress suited me, which job was beneath me. At first I thought it was guidance. Later I realized it was ownership. But nothing compared to this. This wasn't guidance, it was invasion. When I was discharged, I pretended nothing had changed. I thanked him, smiled, leaned on his arm like the devoted wife he expected. I let him believe I was weak, recovering, dependent. Inside, though, I was cataloging every detail, every form, every nurse's whispered apology, every file I could request under my patient rights. And there it was, signed consent for a procedure I had never discussed, in his handwriting. His signature approving what my silence never had. I didn't scream. I didn't confront him then. Instead, I planned. Step 1. Secure myself. I changed passwords, quietly opened a separate bank account, made copies of the medical documents. Step 2. Build the case. I recorded conversations, left my phone face down but on, capturing every time he referenced the necessary procedure as though he were doing me a favor. Step 3. Time the strike. The opportunity came 3 months later. His company hosted its annual gala. Black tie, champagne, investors watching his every move. He lived for that stage. I lived for the moment I'd take it from him. The night was perfect. He strutted across the ballroom, hand on my back, presenting me like property. He didn't notice the quiet men in suits standing near the entrance, or the reporter I'd slipped an envelope to. When the first flash went off, his smile faltered. When the second followed, he froze. And then the questions began. "Mr. Whitaker, did you coerce your wife into a medical procedure without her consent? Did you falsify hospital documents? Are you aware that what you did constitutes both medical fraud and spousal abuse?" His face drained. He stammered. I stood beside him, serene, the perfect picture of composure. "Everything is documented," I said softly, but loud enough for the cameras. "Every form, every recording, every word." I warned him I would never consent. He did it anyway. The room buzzed like a hive struck open. Investors whispered, phones lit up. His empire began to crumble before his eyes. He grabbed my arm, fingers digging in. "You'll regret this," he hissed. I leaned in, smiling for the cameras, and whispered back, "No, you will." By midnight, the story had gone national. By morning, regulators were involved. His board forced him to step down within days. The lawsuit, my lawsuit, followed right after. He tried calling, begging, threatening. I ignored them all. The last message he sent before the restraining order went into effect was pathetic. "We can fix this. I did it for you." No, he did it for control. And now control was the one thing he'd never have again. Sometimes I think back to that nurse, her trembling voice, the weight of her words. "I didn't know he didn't tell you." She gave me the truth. My husband gave me the wound. And I gave him the ending he never saw coming. Revenge isn't always loud. Sometimes it's methodical, surgical, the way you dismantle a body, cut by cut, stitch by stitch, until nothing remains intact. He thought my silence was compliance, but silence was just preparation. Now, when I look in the mirror, I see the scars. They remind me of what was stolen, but they also remind me of what I took back. My body, my voice, my justice, and his downfall.